Yeah, not ideal. We probably didn't get the start we wanted. Chasing our tails a little bit with the bat. Thought we got a pretty competitive score on the board, to be honest, but MCG always becomes a nicer wicket to bat on late. So we wanted to see what we could do batting first with that lineup. We haven't played that lineup before with Sams at 7 and Agar at 8. So we had a good look at that tonight. So some positives, but yeah, a little bit disappointing we lost.
You feel like it was the kind of one with 41 needed off the last 5, even I think it's 20 off the last 2. Is that kind of the one you'd prefer to? You feel like you should win, or were there not enough runs on the board?
Yeah, 2-set batter's always pretty tough for the bowlers. It's always a little bit challenging. We're playing 2 spinners, as I said, a different makeup than what we've had in the past. So we learn a lot this series, coming in, playing in blokes in different positions. Agar opened the batting for a little bit. We saw Sam's bowl some more difficult overs this game compared to maybe the first game or 2. So, as I said, some good positives throughout that game. We just can we probably need another 10 runs.
Yeah. And speaking about guys in new positions, you at 7, you've made no secret of the fact you're kind of still getting used to it. You feel like tonight you did that as well as you could?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting used to it now. It's one of those positions you just got to stay ready to go. You're not going to get huge opportunity, but when it comes, you got to try and grasp it as quick as you can. So, I feel like me and Storny are starting to get something going down there. We're kind of waxing at the moment. He's getting it going in one game, and I'm getting it going in the other. So, if we can continue that for the next 15 or 20 games leading in the World Cup, it'll play a big part going into it.
You think about previous years. I mean, the conversation was always how is Australia going to find people that can finish off the innings? Do you feel like there's a real priority made now of going, no, actually we're leaving you at 7 or 6 or 7 and Stoyne down there? There's an increased priority on that? Yeah,
I think there's been a real switch on mindset. I think we've rotated guys through there, and we've picked guys, BBL that's opened the batting to bat middle order, which is what has happened with me as well. But I feel really confident with the selectors and with Ronnie that I'm going to get opportunities there, so I don't feel under pressure to go out and try and prove myself. Made it no secret that they want to give me and Stoinis as much opportunity as we can to bat low in those positions and kind of, get some camaraderie and do what we did in the World Cup more often. So I feel really backed by everyone around the group, and that certainly helps when you're going out to bat when you're only going to face, a max of 25, 30 balls.
And then is it almost a good thing that the questions are, being a bit more asked at the top order, Finch maybe and Smith? That's an unusual position to be in. Is it maybe not the worst thing?
Yeah, it's a position that that hasn't been questioned before, and I don't think it should be questioned. Finch is a class player. Look at his record. McDermott's going to come good. I think McDermott's just going through, exactly what Stoinis speaks about. You got to create a little bit of scar tissue. You're going to come in and you're going to do good in a few games, and not so good when you first start playing at this level. It's hard work mentally, and he will learn a lot from what he's played 5 games in a row, which he probably has never done before. So he'll be fine. He'll come good. Inglis was really, really good. He batted low. He batted high. So we saw a bit of him as well, which was nice.
What did Josh Inglis think of his dismissal tonight?
I don't know, actually. I've got no idea. I'm not sure how he would know if he hit it or not, to be honest. He's been hit in the head as well. So, I haven't spoken to him. I'll go and have a beer with him now and ask how he is.
So one of the positives from this series, I imagine you'd say, is the fielding. There are a lot of run-outs out there, and you were catching a fair few of them. Did you feel like that was a real tick this year?
Yeah, absolutely. When Samsey come into the team, he's lightning fast. He made a real big difference with our square boundaries, and then you get guys in positions that you need them in. So our fielding was a real positive. It was world class.
Who's got the strongest arm out of everyone? Now you include him in there.
Jeez. I think Kane Richardson's probably got the strongest arm, but speed to the ball, him and Maxi are very quick, and Agar's quick as well.
And just kind of going back to that team stuff and that balance of 5 bowlers versus 4, we've talked a lot about that in the past. Tonight, in the last 2 games, you've gone to 5. Do you bat any different, I suppose, when you do have the different balance?
I think Sams makes a big difference. You put Sams in that lineup. In the last 2 years, when he came in and did what he did in New Zealand, he batted really well there, and then finished a game or 2 against India as well. So you put him in at 7, and he batted really well this year higher up for the Thunder. So when you put him in, it doesn't really change the balance of the team too much, because you got him, and then Agar's a quality batter at 8 as well. So it's just to have a look. We could play 2 spinners. When we want to play 2 spinners, we're probably going to go to that team like we did against England in the World Cup. We'll find a way to deal with it. If we don't, we'll load up with the quicks and probably Zampa. When
did you find out about your IPL deal, and how much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, when I got back to the hotel after game, I can't remember if it was game 2 or 3 now of the Sydney game, so it must have been game 2. So I was just going up in the lift, and the boys watching it, and I got 1 paddle up, and by the time I got in the room, I got a few paddles. So really excited. Probably shows, if me going down the bottom has showed the versatility that's required to get gigs internationally. in those kind of competitions, they want players that can play all through the order, and I probably haven't shown that in previous years, and I've done that over the last 12 months. So hence I get an opportunity. Really excited.
And have you spoken to them yet? Is that where they've told you that you'll bat?
It doesn't really worry me too much if I bat to the top. It's just I haven't been there for 11 years, I don't think, maybe even longer. I went to Delhi in maybe IPL 2 when I was really young with Greg Shippert, and then been passed in a lot. Never really expected the opportunity, but to get it, I'm really excited, and I can't wait to get over there. And it's a bit of a free hit, like I've been saying for the last 2 years, to go over there and see how it goes.
Can only help as well with the T20 World Cup coming up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To get experience, I think Andrew McDonald spoke about guys getting experience there, and Josh Hazelwood came off the back of IPL and then played the World Cup. So I'm just excited that I can go over there and get more opportunity at international level. Or it's a domestic tournament, but quality players, and then lead into a few more T20s at the back end of the year, and then World Cup hopefully.
What else is on your radar the next few weeks, I suppose, and months as well?
Yeah, I got a couple of games for Tassie in the one-dayers, and then a Shield game, and then jet off to India and start that competition. So a lot of T20 coming up, a few series at the back end, hopefully a little bit of England stuff, but we'll wait and see there as well.